For the month of December, we are going to be learning some basics about using Google Drawings. I will be teaching you how to draw a few different shapes, how to resize and rotate those shapes, and how to change their fill and border colors. Eventually, we're going to have what is called a tangram completed. Now, this video is going to be taught to you in real time. So my advice is to watch one step, go complete that step, and come back to the video as needed. So by the time you are done watching the video, you will have your completed shapes as well. Now please remember that completing this assignment is your attendance for today. Now there are many different ways that Google Drawings can be used and a lot of different tools that can be used. But we're going to be focusing on the shape tool. Now there is a large selection of different shapes that can be drawn in Google Drawings, but we're going to focus on the same 3 shapes here that we see under the Shapes option. Now the first one that I want is the right triangle. Now when I draw that triangle, you're going to see that I can really basically make that triangle any size and shape that I want. Now, if I want to make sure that that shape is symmetrical, I need to hold down the Shift button as I draw it. So I'm going to fill up quite a bit of space here with that triangle. Now, once I have that triangle started, I'm working on the triangle here at the bottom. I am going to rotate by clicking on the dot, and that shape will then snap in place once I have it in the right spot. Now I'm going to move that down to my bottom of my canvas there so that I can see then how much bigger I need to make that triangle. So I'm going to hold down the Shift button again while I then drag on that corner to make that triangle bigger. And once I have it, the shape that I want, I can then focus on the color. Now, it will always default at this light blue fill with then a black border. To change that, I have to have that shape selected, and then I can change the fill color to make it a different color. You can use the same colors as me, or you can make yours look different. And then on the border, I'm actually going to click transparent so that there is no border. So now we don't see that black outline and we have a nice bold colored shape. Now under colors there are lots of gradients as well, which is just a fun way that you can work with color in a drawing as well. But I'm going to keep mine solid. Now once I have that first triangle made, the triangle here on this side is exactly the same. So there's 2 different ways that I can copy and paste this triangle. With it selected, I could come up here to Edit, Copy, and then click Edit again for Paste. Or I could right-click on the red triangle and copy and paste from here as well. Once I have that second triangle on there, I'm going to go ahead and first change its color, just so that I can tell the difference between it and my first one. And then I need to rotate until it locks into place. And then I can put that triangle right there on the left-hand side. So I can keep that triangle orange, or you can keep that triangle orange or change it to a different color. Up next, we're going to make the triangle that is in the other corner. So I'm going to take my orange triangle again, and I am going to copy and paste that triangle. I will change the color so that it looks different than the triangle that I already have selected, and I want to rotate it until it's going to fill that corner. Now I don't want this triangle to be the same size as my other 2 triangles. So as I hold the Shift button, I'm going to push that corner in to make that triangle more of a medium size. I'm going to make that touch that blue square touch the center of my square here, or my canvas. Now once I have that triangle made, I'm next going to work on one of these triangles. Notice that there are two of them that we will be making. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that yellow triangle, change its color so that it is different, and I'm going to rotate that until the flat side is on the top. Now once I get that placed where I want it, I can see that that triangle is too big. So as I hold the Shift button, I'm going to slide that top corner in, and I want to make sure that then that triangle touches the tip of my yellow triangle. And you'll notice that this triangle then is smaller than our yellow triangle. A simple copy and paste will get me a second triangle, and then as we look at the example, that triangle is going to be rotated. And placed right in the center. All right, for our next shape, we are going to work on the square that fills this space. So under Shapes, I will go to what looks like a rectangle. And if I click on Shift, it will make a perfect square. But then I need to rotate that to a 45-degree angle and then make that shape fit. I got pretty lucky there. So as I then change that color, I also need to erase its border, make it transparent, so that then the shape is its own color. Now for the last shape here, this is probably the trickiest shape, and the easiest way to do it, which I've already mentioned that it is tricky, is actually to make it out of two triangles and one square. So I'm going to select one of my small triangles, and I'm going to copy and paste that. And then I'm going to rotate that until that triangle is going the right direction to fit right inside that line. As I then hold the Shift button, I'm going to rotate that in, or slide that in, make it smaller, so that that triangle fits that space. Now, if your shapes don't line up perfectly, that is okay. Trying to make them fit as best you can is what I'm going to be looking for. Now once I have that triangle the color that I would like it to be, I am going to copy and paste it. And rotate that shape to fill this space here. Now all I have left is this square section. So I could copy and paste this square, or you could draw a new square or even a rectangle. And then since I copy and pasted, I need to hold the Shift as I push that down and make that fill that space. Make it a little bit bigger than it needs to be. Now in order for that to then become one shape, I'm going to group them together. So in order to group them together, I'm going to click on each shape individually while holding the Shift key. Once I have all three of those shapes selected, which we can see our selection box there, I can right-click and click on Group. And now they are one shape that can be moved together. So this would then be considered a completed assignment. As you are working, I will be able to see the progress that you are making during class. If you do have questions during class and need some troubleshooting, I will be available to help you.